Any luck now?
I don't think so. I wonder what it could be.
I heard it. All right, can you hear us from your phone?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us? Still nothing. Chris, say something.
Can you hear me, Debbie?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear Megan?
I don't think she can hear me.
No.
Okay. All right.
Does it sound like I'm in a tunnel, Debbie?
Yes.
Perfect. That's what we've been dealing with. So please, I'll try and be quick with my questions, and then I'll click mute so it and Megan can hear everything we are saying, so she'll
I'll just nod and smile.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, thanks for hopping on your phone and taking the time to jump on here with us. Since
Sure.
like the phone's working out well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into it, Debbie. Why don't you just go ahead and update us on your day to day and how everything's going for you guys?
Sure. Well, things are going, first of all, thanks for having me and including me in these conversations. That's awesome. Things have been going well for us. We definitely have seen an increase in needs, but we're happy to be able to help during this season. So.
Since we talked last, have you guys been able to troubleshoot some of the obstacles that you were anticipating?
Right. Laundry Love was our first one because that depends on gatherings. And so we've troubleshooted that and are getting supplies and money to the people that need it as much as possible. I'm sure we miss some of them. The next thing was with the stay-at-home order that took away all our volunteers. So I've been a little bit of a one-man show for a while. So today I had 3 back, which was awesome. But it's also, I was able to network with people that I would have never thought of had this not happened. And people came alongside to help that I wouldn't have thought of. So that's been great.
That is amazing. We also talked about you guys have had a lot more requests for some laundry help. How has that been?
Yeah. And we're prepared for that because that's what we do year round. So that's been fine. I think the biggest thing we didn't anticipate were all the requests we would get for food. So that surprised us the most, but I'm hearing that from a number of different agencies as well. And so we've just kind of pivoted to help with that specific need as well.
And through some of the obstacles that you mentioned, what are some positives maybe you've seen in some change recently that maybe we hadn't seen before, and that, I don't know, as far as maybe day-to-day operations, things that maybe changes you've made that you want to keep in place for your day-to-day operations moving forward?
Well, I think in general, people are checking on each other more. People are more aware of friends and family that might be at higher risk, or um, checking on people that have never had to ask for help before and now find themselves um, in a tough situation. And so that's a real positive. I think people are really looking out for each other. And the other thing is, Salina's amazing, and I knew this before all this, but we just have a very generous community that wants to find ways to help. And if you tell them specifics, they just rise to the occasion and provide the specifics. So those have been real positives in the midst of all this.
Definitely. Yeah, so many different positives to grab from it, as we go through it all. But what about looking forward? Debbie, what do you see? Maybe some obstacles moving forward that we might have to be ready for.
Yeah, I think we're really going to see an economic impact of all this in months to come. So it's interesting, with people at home, they've had time to go through their things. And so our donations of goods in kind, like dishes and the things that we use for move-ins, have increased, but move-ins themselves have decreased. So I feel like we're ready when people will need more things, we'll have them. Um, we've kind of come alongside Big Brothers Big Sisters, because they already have the tracking abilities, they have the relationships with littles and their families. And so that's where our main emphasis for food is going right now. There's a lot of littles in families without food, and so we've been providing that, and come alongside some small churches too, especially north of town, that people, they don't always access an agency. They'll tell a trusted friend or family member. And then those people will tell us, is what we're finding, the people that really don't want to ask for help. And so I think that is going to continue. I think we're going to see an increase in needs. We have food that we just give away when people come in. I've had people come in asking to work for food. And so we have, some things right in front that anybody can take, and then we have other things already made up, bags of food for people to take as well. So we're looking at continuing that, even though the stay-at-home order has been lifted. I think there's a lot still to come in terms of the needs that we're going to see in our community.
And Debbie, where are you guys located? So someone wanted to swing by and see if there's something they could use.
Sure. We're at 155 South 5th Street, and that is right next door to the Salvation Army thrift store and right across from Design Central. And I say that because I need to give those ladies a shout out. Like, their work day has changed as well with all this. And so they emailed me a couple weeks ago and they said, "Do you have something we can do?" And again, I had lost, most of my volunteers. And so they've come over and done things to really help me get through this time. The gals from Design Central, we're right across the street from them on 5th Street.
Wow, cool opportunity for a shout out. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Now, and so Debbie, what are some things that the community can do, that people can do for you guys, both now and moving forward in the long term, to help you out?
Really, the things that we've been asking for are money or gift cards. Give us the most flexibility in getting what we actually need at any given time. But besides that, we call it kid-friendly food. So things that children would be able to prepare on their own. So peanut butter and jelly, cup of noodles, the canned or the microwavable, pasta meals type things. Snacks, granola bars, things like that. Fruit cups. We just had somebody donate a bunch of fruit cups, which is awesome. So that kind of food that we can continue getting to people in the months ahead, that for one reason or another can't access the food bank, and or like I said, we're finding it's a lot of families that don't even want to ask. So so we'll keep collecting that. We'll keep getting it to people. If we get a huge overage, we'll just pass it on to the food bank. But those things, and then personal hygiene items are the other request that we need right now. So those are the main ways to help. And people have really, we keep updating our website, salinashares.com, with what we need. And so somebody can go there too anytime and see what we're needing that particular week.
And you mentioned with the stay-at-home stuff that some of the employees had to stay home, and you've been a little more of a one-man show for the interim. What are some ways that are you accepting volunteers? Can people come help physically, or is that something that's maybe not just a good time for
Sure. No, we always can use volunteers. Yeah, we have a building for the first time ever. And so there's all sorts of different things in the building to do, as well as the tasks that we use to reach out to the community. So volunteers always welcome.
And they can just give you a call?
Yes, they can call us at 452-2929 or email us at salinashares@gmail.com.
Awesome. We will take some note of that and spread the word best we can.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and thank you. Thanks for being patient through it all. And
we survived, even though I don't think you can hear me.
I can't hear Megan, but I love your bright shining face.
I'll do it the best I can. She said we survived. That's the best Megan I can do.
All right.
Chris.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Debbie. You have a great.
Right. Thanks.
Well, Chris, that was the best Megan you can do. You haven't worked for the foundation very long, but fortunately or unfortunately for you, you have been forced to work closely with me on a lot of last minute projects. And so I think you know how excited we get about some of these crazy things. So, yes, it's always great to hear from Debbie. I'm sad that we didn't get more time with her because of technology, but uh-oh. Now Chris is frozen. So maybe I'm just talking. Oh, okay, no, he's not. It's like I think I'm just talking to myself now, but that's okay. But yes, I'm sad we didn't get more time with Debbie. She always has so many great things to share. And unfortunately, some technological glitches, that was probably our first major one of the day, kind of cut us off for some time there. Oops. But coming up here in just a few minutes, we have Barb Young from North Salina Community Development. And Barb is also a member of the Community Foundation Board of Directors. So it'll be fun to catch up with her. And then also at 2:45, we have Travis Young from Salina Vortex. And Salina Vortex is not a local nonprofit, but they have some really cool things going on, and they are going to talk to us about how they've been giving back to the community. So our next half hour is going to feature two special guests, both from North Salina Community Development and Salina Vortex. So stay tuned. And don't forget to join Give Salina on Facebook to stay up to date on all of the ways that you can continue to give back. One of the big themes of the day has been how this pandemic has really brought out the best in our community and shown us how strong we are together. So you can hear so many of the organizations talking about how they couldn't do this alone, and how cool it is that everyone's come together. So we don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose that encouragement. Right, Chris?
That's right. Well said.
I didn't want you to unmute until I was done so that we didn't have to keep going back and forth. But for our next video, you might need to move locations, because I don't know if you can tell. Do I look clear to you? Am I clear? Okay, you're pretty fuzzy. You're You're getting farther out there in space.
I'll make the adjustment.
All right, we'll see you in a couple minutes.